The following segment is sponsored by Pepsi.
It's time to go road tripping with Pepsi on Talk of Alabama.
And welcome back to Talk of Alabama. In today's Road Trippin' segment, sponsored by Pepsi, we take you just up the road to Smith Lake Bed and Breakfast. Now, if you're looking for an affordable getaway within close driving distance, then pay special attention.
Gorgeous water, beautiful homes, family and friends coming together. Welcome to Smith Lake. And more importantly, welcome to Smith Lake Bed and Breakfast, owned by Alex and Jim Cox.
Jim and I spent most of our time overseas with his job, and we stayed in places like bed and breakfasts, whether it was ryokans or pensions or something. And I taught school earlier, and I didn't want to do that. So we just started looking for a place on the lake. That was a big deal. We had to have water, and decided to open a bed and breakfast.
And Alex says it was an easy decision. With views like this, I understand why.
We're from Mississippi originally. So I had actually skied here on the lake when we lived in Amory, Mississippi in the late 70s, I guess. And so the realtor that sold our house in Birmingham, in Huntsville, said, Alec, look at Smith Lake. So that's what we did and found this place, and it's perfect with the rock, shoreline. And this is one of the bigger views that you get on Smith Lake. And we just fell in love with it. Jim didn't want to build, so it was advertised in their MLS like a possible bed and breakfast. So we looked at it and we bought it.
I worked for the Corps of Engineers, and the last, 15 years or so of my career, we were overseas, various locations. And Alec moved with me, all right, and so when the time came to come home, she said, look, I've followed you around, now it's time for me to do what I want to do. So she said, I want to do a bed and breakfast on the water. So we started looking. We looked all up and down the Tennessee River, couldn't find anything that was either suitable or that affordable. And finally, she and my secretary helping her found this property. And so this is where we ended up.
And this place is 7 acres, most of it lakefront.
Well, let's start with the house first. So what would be like your basement at home is called the dock suite. And it has a king-size bedroom. It has a course bathroom. The den is with a fireplace, and then you have your own kitchen with all your appliances, and a laundry room, and of course the walkout porch there. It would sleep 5 people. We get a lot of people that are families here. And then the other one that's above the carport is called the loft. Same setup, king-size bed in that bedroom. The bathroom has a shower. Both of them are showers, not tubs. And then a kitchen, and then a den area too. And it also has a fireplace. And then the other 2 are Airstream trailers. And you want to know how they started?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the first Airstream trailer is a vintage 73, which I think is what my family probably had when I was in college. And I just like Airstreams. So Jim's sister was staying with us, and she needed a place to stay. So Laura actually found it and lived in it like maybe one summer at the most. And we didn't know what to do with it. So we ended up kind of remodeling the inside and putting the screen porch on it. And that's been here for probably 10 years maybe. And then the second one is like a 99. And the first one is called Tonomo. The second one is called One Moto, because we can tow it still. So we're going to go one more time in it. Yeah. And that when we started last year.
In all, Alex says, they can sleep 16 people comfortably. Alex and Jim also live here too.
It's not hard for me, and my friends always say, Alec, you can have strangers at your house, but everything is accessed from the outside, if you notice. So I don't have people in my part of the house unless I want them there. I think I am a people person. Like I said, I taught school before that, so yeah, I definitely am a people person.
I'm like Alec. I like to meet the people. I like to be here for people and show them the lake.
And trust me, this couple is so welcoming.
What's been the secret to 50 years of marriage?
Well, we're usually, moving and by ourselves, I guess is what I should say. So we learn to depend on each other.
I think for us, because we are really a destination, we're 20 miles from the interstate, you have to want to be out here. So we don't get people just overnight. Usually they plan their trips to come. And for the most part, we have really neat people. But yeah, it's fun.
Fun it is. We tried out a little bit of everything during our visit, from cannonballs to paddleboarding to sunbathing.
I get a good suntan.
We have 4 or 5 paddle boards. I've got one of it needs to work, so we got 4 right now that are serviceable. We have 3 kayaks. We got 2 double kayaks and 1 single kayak. We have something afloat called a lily pad that everybody can get on, including the dog. And then we have lots of individual floats, life jackets, that sort of thing.
Yeah, summertime it's more families probably because school's out. Fall, winter, couples definitely. Unless it's like maybe Thanksgiving you might have a family, but mostly it's couples. Either anniversaries, birthdays, we just need a break.
We got to meet the Cox's grandson in from college with all of his buddies during our visit as well. They liked more of the motorized water sports, including boating and wakeboarding.
We take a few one-nighters, not so much in the summertime because we are pretty booked in the summertime. So we get kind of everything here. And the other thing is, we sell real estate on the lake too. So we have a lot of people that will stay with us. Like I think the next group that's coming in are looking at purchasing a lake home.
Of course, with your stay, you also get a 5-star breakfast.
And every morning, who makes the breakfast? You or your husband?
I do. He can help. There's 2 or 3 things he can make very well. So I have been gone a couple of times, and he does fine. But mostly I do the bed and breakfast, and he does all the maintenance. So there's a lot to keep up here.
I can cook an egg recipe, the one that you had this morning. I know how to do that. I can make coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can kind of get by.
But Jim mainly does all the maintenance here at the bed and breakfast.
This is a pretty old house, so it has a few things that it needs to have done to it. And then the 2 little Airstream trailers also are old, so they usually have something that needs to be done to them. And then I have tried to keep up the grounds myself, but I can't keep up, so I'm having a guy help me with the grounds work.
And that's why lake life is the best life. You can breathe here.
There's a fire pit here if you want to build a fire. There's a hot tub on one of the decks out from the carport. And then at the water, you've got paddle boards, kayaks, floats, an extra slip for a boat if you bring one, an extra pad for a jet ski if you want to bring your own. And then we do sunset cruises when we can. We can't guarantee it every day, it just sort of has to work with our schedule.
Oh, and let's talk about the sunset cruise. We did it and loved it. As you can see, you're able to see all the different parts of Smith Lake, all while enjoying the natural beauty of a sunset on the water. Jim is always the pontoon boat captain.
Oh, we'd hate to have somebody come here and not get to go on the lake at all. So yes, just to kind of show them the lake, show what it looks like, show what the housing on the lake looks like. We don't go very far on the sunset cruises because, usually try to take about an hour cruise is what we do.
And if you fall in love with one of the mansions you see here on the water, or maybe even a smaller home, Jim and Alex can help you buy it since they also do real estate here.
And we show real estate by boat if it's in this area, which is kind of unique. So you get to see what the property looks like from the water and see the water depth and how the approach looks from the water and what kind of the view you're going to have. So that's really helpful to people looking for lake property.
Now, if you're coming in to visit for the weekend, you're probably wondering, where do you eat around here?
Lunch, a lot of people bring everything and they never leave. Their car's parked here the whole time they're here because, as I said, you have a kitchen, in all of the units. The Airstreams have kitchens too. So people usually just either grill out or bring simple things and stay here. Or we have some restaurants. Trident Marina has a grill at Trident, and it's on Rhine Creek. And then Cat Daddy's is in Bug Tussle, which is maybe 5 miles from us. And then the little Chevron station, the Country Mall, has pizza and, sandwich stuff there. So there's some options, not many.
You can also drive about 30 minutes to Coleman, where you can find several restaurants and some great shopping as well.
I like that we have the rock shoreline. And if you look at a map of Smith Lake, we are right in the middle. Did not know that, when we bought, but we are. So you can go in different directions because there's like 500 miles of shoreline. And I doubt that we've seen all of it.
We have rarely had anybody say anything, that wasn't good about the bed and breakfast. So they're kind of blown away by the whole thing, by the lake, by how pretty the lake is, how clean the lake is, and by the atmosphere here. So, they really have enjoyed it, and we've had people come back time and time again.
We've had people come every year we've been here. Isn't that amazing?
that are just making a tradition.
We had a couple here. Remember when Alabama won the national championship in recent history? We had a couple here from Illinois, and Caroline will be graduating this year from Alabama. Isn't that cool?
Wow, so it becomes part of the fabric of their life, essentially, coming here.
It does.
And I can see firsthand why people return. Whether you just want to read a book or pretend you're 21 again with silly jumps into the water, you can do it all right here.
We're kind of unique on the lake. I don't think you'll find any place else on the lake where you can come and have all these water toys that you can use, or that you can come and just stay for 2 days. Most of the lake properties during the summertime have a 3-day minimum. I don't know of any that have this kind of water toys on the lake for use complimentary. You get a lot more service out of us than you would just renting a lake house.
So if you're looking to get away, think of Jim and Alex Cox at Smith Lake Bed and Breakfast. And even if you've got pets, no worries. Animals are allowed in one of the Airstreams.
When you visit it, I guess I want to say it's a lot more than what you see on the videos or the webpage.
We are making lots of memories, and I think we make memories for other people too. Yeah.
Can you tell I like that? For more information, go to SmithLakeBnB.com, the website on your screen, or you can call Jim and Alex at 256-747-6057. Now, side note, they're selling 4 of those 3 acres they own, so if you're looking for land at Smith Lake, you can also ask them about that. We appreciate that and had an amazing time with Pepsi at Smith Lake Bed and Breakfast. Don't go anywhere. We're checking back in the Mazer Kitchen next. You're watching Talk of Alabama. Please do stay with us.